Good morning from Idaho Falls, Idaho. My name is Annika Wilder. I am a local realtor here in the East Idaho area. Today I'm going to show you 4 properties, 2 established, 2 brand new that are $350,000 or under. And the 2 new ones, like this one behind me, is a townhome. And we'll talk about the differences between townhomes and single family homes. Now there's pros and cons to both places, and I'll talk about all of those things so that you can know really what you're looking for in that $350,000 or under price range. You ready? Let's get started. All right, let's get started with this first home on St. Clair, right here in Idaho Falls, very centrally located. We're right by 17th East, which has got a lot of restaurants and stores. There's some apartments and townhomes over here. So it's kind of on the edge of a mature neighborhood and on the edge of all the commercial space as well. This house was built in the 60s. It's a 3-bed, 2.5 bath house. So let's go inside so you can see what $350,000 buys you in a single family home here in Idaho Falls. This is one of the perks of living in an established neighborhood like this is you've got the landscaping in, the mature trees, and a larger driveway and the big garage, which we'll see when we're inside too. Right when you walk in, you'll notice neutral colored paint, a newer carpet, and bright natural light throughout the entire home. You've got this large family room, which is a little bit bigger than some of the townhomes that we'll see. And then you've got an actual entryway here with this awesome old school 60s door, a coat closet, and then your 2 entrances for upstairs and downstairs. Now through the hallway right next to the stairs is this half bath, which I also like so that your guests don't have to go upstairs or downstairs to use the bathroom. Then beyond that is this beautiful kitchen, which looks like newer cabinetry. I love this natural wood stain. The sink in the right place, in my opinion, right by the window looking through to the backyard. And it is a galleyway kitchen, but it's actually quite wide. Newer tile flooring as well, and a new backsplash too. Here is this designated area for eating. You could easily fit a 6-foot table here, rounded or rectangular or square. Entrance to the backyard, which this is, I think, the biggest backyard we're going to see today. There might be another one slightly bigger or similar in size. There's an entrance to the basement there from the back too, which we'll see when we go downstairs. Now check out this garage. It's actually pretty big. For a 2-car garage, it's quite wide and deep. So for extra storage, easily fitting 2 cars. Next up are the bedrooms. First, to the left is a full bathroom. I love that there's this newer window in the shower. And then to the right is a good size bedroom. Now this is also, you'll notice when we look at the townhomes that these bedrooms are bigger than the townhome bedrooms. One perk of having an older home is they often have bigger bedrooms. However, sometimes the bigger bedrooms means less closet space. Here is the primary suite, nice big window here and a ceiling fan, and I love that there's a double closet. Another con to being in an older home is there often is not an ensuite bathroom with the primary suite. Downstairs to the 2nd level or 3rd level is a big family room with a beautiful brick fireplace. It provides a lot of natural light because you're only halfway into the ground. It's not a full basement. This would be perfect for kids just to roll around, to play, to spread out. When you're cooking in the kitchen, tell them go downstairs in the big family room where they can just kind of do their thing. Last but not least, we've got the laundry room and another full bathroom. You'll notice some of these updates throughout the house, which helps increase the value. Even though it is a 1960s home, these updates really do help make it show very well, and it's just nice to know that it's been taken care of. So what do you think of this cute 1960s split level home? I think it's got a lot of character, a lot of potential, and I absolutely adore the updates that have already been made here. Now let's move on to the next one, and it's a brand new townhome just off of Sunnyside. Let's go. Second on the list are these beautiful Aspen Point townhomes. Now there's a whole neighborhood of these townhomes. This is just 4 of them behind me, but I wanted to show you that there's also this beautiful dog park or dog run, walking paths, and a canal that's full of water right now because spring has sprung. And these homes are just beautiful. They're brand new. You can get a 3-bedroom or a 4-bedroom unit with some with extra parking, some without. Attached 2-car garage. These units are listed just under $340,000. Let's go check it out. Starting with the outside, I really appreciate the different textures and colors here. I really like that the builder took some time to put in stone, siding, and change the colors of each unit to add a little character and flavor. It's not these boring old brown, all one color type of deal. All right, let's go inside. These townhomes are beautiful. I like that we see the 2-tone neutral color paint and the white baseboards, this gorgeous color cabinet and quartz countertops. And look how bright this is. Now this is an end unit, so we've got plenty of light in the living room. We've got windows all around the living room, another one in the dining room. There's one up the stairs, and it's all an open concept with can lighting throughout. Now, just beyond the kitchen is a pantry, and beyond that is where the furnace and water heater is. So you've got this little area of storage that you can kind of hide away. Now, I just want to give you another look of this beautiful kitchen because for townhomes, usually townhomes are pretty basic, but they really brought style into these homes. You do have a half bath here, so again, another reason for guests to stay on the main floor, not having to go upstairs. Here is access to the crawl space, also some storage under the stairs, which, you need that. You need a place for your Christmas decorations or what have you. Now check out this garage. This is a 2-car garage. You could comfortably fit 2 cars in here or one really big truck, but it's also heated. Not all builders are doing this, but they're putting heaters in the shops, and I love that this one has it. And notice how much guest parking there is. This is a huge plus to this neighborhood. All right, let's go upstairs. Right when you walk up, in this model, you've got an extra living room here. It's actually a really good size. You could have a movie room, playroom, office. If you would like a 4-bedroom unit, you can have that be a 4th bedroom instead of it being open. Here's the primary suite looking out to this beautiful field. I like that you're not staring into some other person's kitchen. And then you have an ensuite bathroom, which is different than an existing older 1960s home like we saw in St. Clair, where you had to go to the hallway to go to the bathroom, whereas this is your own space with a huge soaker tub and a beautiful standing shower. Another little, some people say it's like a coffee bar, could be a place for your makeup, and then a big walk-in closet and a separate toilet room. Again, neutral colors all throughout. Next is your second bathroom, full bathroom upstairs for guests or for your kids or roommates, what have you. Now there's 2 more bedrooms up here. The closet space are pretty decent, but the bedrooms are pretty small. I want to say about a 9 by 10 bedroom size. So very different from that existing home that I showed you just before. Lastly, check out this cute laundry room with a nice big window conveniently located by the bedroom. These townhomes are really beautiful with these warm neutral colors in the paint and the carpet and the kitchen. And I love that there's these mature trees all around, even though it's a newly developed area, and the canal and the walking paths. It's just, you get a lot with this townhome. Now these rooms are a little bit smaller, like I mentioned before, and in some of the other homes that we'll be seeing today, like the one on St. Clair, the bedrooms were much bigger, whereas these bedrooms are a lot smaller. So it's a trade-off. More closet space, more modern, more new, more bright, move-in ready, or more space and privacy. So we're gonna be talking about that throughout. So next up is a 100-year-old home in the numbered streets. Let's go. Okay guys, third on the list is this 100-year-old home listed for $323,000, 4 beds, 2 baths, completely redone kitchen remodel, and it actually could technically be a multiple unit. There's a basement entrance, 2 separate entrances to the basement. Could be a cute little studio apartment down there. Great investment property. Right here on 14th East, which we're in the numbered streets. and 14th Street, the numbered streets, are super cute, really charming. A lot of 100-year-old homes built in the 30s and 40s. It's super cute. Come check it out. Now, I'm definitely a sucker for these number streets. There's a lot of character, a lot of cute homes that they just aren't built like this anymore. First, we'll take a look around the house. We just passed that entrance to the basement like I talked about. Beautiful big backyard that actually overlooks the back of an elementary school. So if you have little kids, they could just hop through the backyard up to school very safely. Got a cute deck here that comes off of the laundry room, which we'll see from the inside. Some tulips that come up, and of course, some mature trees. All right, let's check out the inside. First, right when you walk in, you've got a bright, renovated living room, and it's actually a pretty good size. So you walk right into it, but you've got room for a couple couches, couple chairs, a TV. You could have one side be a little table, or you could just have it as one big living room. Next, I think this is the best part of the whole house. It is absolutely stunning. Whoever redid this kitchen remodel, I am very impressed. They incorporated a lot of the character, which I think just couples perfectly with this 100-year-old home with the arches and the windows, but they did just a really great job. Through here, you could use as extra storage space, a mudroom. They've got a closet here to hang up when you come in through the garage. And we'll look at that in a little bit because there's an upstairs and a downstairs entrance in that single car garage. But I just am so obsessed with this kitchen. I wanted to give you another look to really appreciate how well they did this space. And this island is big enough to sit at, which is even better. Here's the main bedroom in this house. So no ensuite bathroom, no walk-in closets. You could fit a king-size bed in here. It will take up the majority of the room, but a king will fit. It might be a little bit harder to tell because I am taking with a wide-angle lens. So a queen might be better too. Just depends what else you have in your room. Here is the main bathroom. We got tiled all the way up to the ceiling, which I sure appreciate, and a large counter space here for getting ready in the morning, and a nice new toilet right next to the sink. Now, I actually love this part of the house because it's just super bright. I think it was added on a little bit later, but you got laundry on the main floor and an entrance or an exit to the backyard. Now, upstairs above the garage is this funky bonus room that you could actually use as another bedroom, a playroom, an office. I love that there's a window here. It's very short. It's probably only 6 feet tall, but it's definitely a usable space, and it comes with this cute little closet too. Next, let's check out the basement. So this garage is pretty small. I don't know if you'd be able to actually park in it, but it'd be great for storage. Here's the basement apartment. Now, it is a small space, but it has a bathroom, a little kitchenette that you can turn into a full kitchen with a little dining area. You could put in a refrigerator and an oven. It just might take a little bit of remodeling or additions to this area. This is kind of funny. It's a toilet and a shower. I can't find the sink. They might still be working on it. I'm not sure, but this is very typical in these old homes. Layouts don't always make sense. Remodels don't always make sense. Things are missing. Things are added, but this is kind of what we're working with in this $300,000 price range. But I can promise one thing, it'll never be boring touring these fun older homes. I know it's a little bit of a tight squeeze, but it could be a small little studio apartment. This could be the bedroom with like a single bed, or this over here could be the bedroom through the bathroom. There's 3 entrances to this area. It's still, needs some work, needs some finishing, but this is kind of what to expect in that $300,000 price range. 300 and 350. This could be 2 units, and that kitchen is absolutely stunning. So just to give you an idea, this one has a new roof, new windows, established lawn, new flooring, lots of different things throughout. So does a 100-year-old home really compare? Is it better? Do you like it more? Do you like it less than the new construction townhome? So last but not least, let's check out the ones on Beach Drive in Ammon. Last but not least, I am on Beach Drive to show you these 3 beautiful townhomes. I'm actually in Ammon, which is just adjacent to Idaho Falls, but it's close enough, so I thought I'd include these amazing homes. These are some really beautiful options that are brand new, and as you can see, there's even more being built too. Now let's go check out the inside. Again, with the character, I'm really impressed with this builder and the designer creating color and different textures throughout the outside and inside of these homes. This is an end unit. So again, I'm a sucker for end units because you've got the front windows, but you also have the side windows, whereas the middle units just don't have that. However, the middle units might have something else that the end units don't. This kitchen is absolutely beautiful. I love the large sink, the great appliances, the gas stove, which a lot of people are looking for, cabinets all the way up to the ceiling. Thank you, builder, for getting it right. I just love when they do that. It just feels very complete. Everything looks very clean. Again, this is the huge pro of buying a townhome is it's brand new, never lived in, nothing funky. Things make sense. However, the spaces might feel a little bit smaller. Like this is an open concept, but everything kind of runs into each other. The dining table might run into each other and the living room will run into each other. So it depends on how bulky your furniture actually is. But check out this big corner pantry. Again, something not all older homes have. So even though it's a townhome and you're sharing walls, this has some things that those existing homes might not. Nice half bath here, conveniently located, storage underneath the stairs, and again, a 2-car garage. This one is special because it has the 2 windows on the side, which those middle units don't. And this one was a little bit deeper than the ones, the first townhomes I showed you. This space right when you walk up is a little bit smaller than the other townhomes. I wouldn't necessarily make it into a living room, but it could definitely be like a small kid play space or an office space. The laundry room and the bedrooms. The laundry room is a pretty good size. The bedrooms are definitely the smallest bedrooms that I've seen today touring these houses. So something to keep in mind. They made great offices, great kids' rooms, but fitting a queen in here might take up pretty much the entire room. Now let's check out the primary suite, past the linen closet, past this full bathroom. I like this bathroom because it's tiled all the way up to the ceiling. Also really great taste here. It just has a nice finished look. Into the primary suite, they really did a beautiful job here. Double vanity, huge pro. Next to the toilet and a beautiful large walk-in shower. Again, tiled all the way up to the top, but it is just beautiful. I love the black tile. It's a very modern look. Then you've got the bedroom space with a nice modern fan and some can lighting. Everything just feels really bright and fresh. And check out the biggest closet of the day. Now, I did say I was going to show you all 3 of these townhomes next to each other, but when I was editing this video, I realized how long-winded I was getting. So make sure you follow me on Instagram because I do highlight the other townhomes right next to these so you can compare. Well, what do you think? Do you feel like there's options here in East Idaho? Now, there's definitely pros and cons to buying an existing single-family home versus a brand new construction townhome. And some of those key differences are townhomes like this that I'm standing in right now that I showed in this video will have an HOA. These specifically have a $90 a month HOA. Now, what's nice about this HOA is it takes care of all your snow removal, all your landscaping, all exterior maintenance, including roof and walls. You don't have to deal with any of it. It's move-in ready. It's all taken care of for you for only $90 a month, which I think is totally worth it if you're not big into gardening, if you live a busy lifestyle. Now, some cons to this is there's not a lot of space for grilling. There's not a lot of yard space for playing ball. Now, some of these townhomes come with fields and walking paths and dog runs, like I mentioned before, and some don't. So when you're looking at homes in the East Idaho area, make sure you're looking at the HOA rules and you're looking at what amenities are available to you. Now, some other cons of living in a brand new townhome is that they are being built in random spots, kind of getting pushed and squeezed into areas in town. And so this one, I can look out this window and see kind of a busy road. It's not in an established neighborhood. There's not a lot of trees around, although they do their best to put the landscaping up, put trees and shrubbery up to make it like a nice community. But sometimes you will be on a busy road. Now, another con, of course, is you're squeezed in between two other people. There, you might be able to hear people through the walls. Now, the massive pro, besides the HOA taking care of everything, is that it's brand new and it's never been lived in. And oftentimes you can get more square footage for less. And that price point is less because you're sharing walls. So it's not as expensive as a single family home with all the land. So if you lean towards wanting something new and modern and stylish, then getting something like a townhome might be right for you. Now, we talked a little bit about this throughout the video, but some of the pros for living in a single family home is you don't share walls. You won't hear your neighbors. You probably won't smell your neighbors. Sometimes cooking smells or smoke smells can come through the wall if that's allowed, if you're sharing a wall. And you just have a little bit more privacy. You have more yard. You can put up a fence. Also, a lot of the homes in that $350 and under price range that are single family homes are not in neighborhoods with HOAs. So you don't have a lot of regulations. You might be able to work on your car in your driveway if you wanted to, whereas some other higher end neighborhoods prohibit working on the car or maybe having an RV parked out at front and needs to be behind the fence. Now, HOAs in Idaho Falls are not as crazy as some places that I've heard of out of state, which is a huge advantage in my opinion. Now, some cons to the single family homes in the $350 and under price range is they're most likely going to be older. There's not a lot of new construction for single family homes in that price range. If you go up to about $390, we could find you a couple Rockwell homes, 3-bed, 2-bath, everything brand new, but with an unfinished basement. That could be an option, but $350 is a really hard price point for anything brand new. So most likely you'll be in some of the neighborhoods that I showed you that are going to be, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 years old. And sometimes the square footage can be a little bit smaller. You might have a garage, you might not have a garage. It might be attached, it might not be attached. And so there's definitely differences, as you can tell through the video. So when you are thinking about what is best for you, ask yourself, would I rather new and share walls with people and have all my maintenance taken care of? Or would I rather have privacy and have maybe more space outside, being able to barbecue, a place for the dog to run, and not hearing anything, but have an older home, older appliances, and maybe problems that come with that? Whereas new construction often comes with a 1-year warranty, the homes over here that are existing most likely will not. So these are some key differences between townhomes that are brand new and existing homes in that $350 price range. Well, that's it for this video. If you have any questions about the market in Idaho Falls or the surrounding area, go ahead, give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email, and I'll be happy to help. And if you're thinking about moving here, whether it's next week or next year, all my information is below, and I'll be happy to answer any other questions that you might have. Well, that's it for this video. If you're thinking about moving to Idaho Falls, whether it's next week or next year, give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email, and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have about the real estate market, things to do, the culture, etc., all within East Idaho. Now look out for new videos coming up. I've got a full Rexburg, Idaho tour coming up and a full Blackfoot, Idaho tour coming up. So if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button so you can be notified right when those videos come out. Well, I hope you have an amazing week. We'll see you next time. Bye.